Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today we are back with Per Aspera Green Mars. Last time we defeated an enemy force on Mars, and today we're gonna pick up exactly where we left off. So let's just jump right into that. And here we are back on Mars, getting ready to expand our base. Our current goal is to reach 300 millibar. We can see it on the top left of the screen. 288.7 millibar is what we currently have. We have a hell of a lot going on. We have a bunch of our combat drones ready to go. Let's sort out this building here while we're at it. It is empty, so you may as well get rid of it. Here we have another one, an iron mine that is actually not empty, it's just rubble. Quite interesting, not sure why that would be. So let's bring that one here back online, and let's see what else we can do. What did we start doing last time? Right here, that's right, we expanded in this area down here. Yeah, that's gonna be good, because we're gonna reach the water down here, and we can later on build a water pump to make sure we get enough food for our colonists. Currently there's a sandstorm going on, isn't there? Yeah, look at this. Of course there's a sandstorm going on. So let's bring the speed back up. And let's see. Have we unlocked this area down here? No, we have not. But we have unlocked this area. That's the direction we wanted to expand to. Now, here we go. That's right. This is the last thing we did over here. So I think we should just keep on going over here. Let's take a look at our scanner overview. Yeah, we have not unlocked a lot here. But here we have an outpost that we can build. We should definitely do that, and this is also an iron field. So let's see if we can get over there. Well, let's take a look here. We're gonna build once again our worker hubs, of course, straight over. Not in any areas, of course, they can be flooded. We just need to make sure that we avoid those as much as we can. And we're just gonna keep on building straight towards this outpost here. That's what I ultimately want to reach. Let's see, and there it is. We are running once again low on power, and I'm not quite sure how that can be. So we need some fission plants, and we're just gonna plop the fission plants nice and safely tucked away here in the middle. We already have a bunch here. Let's make sure we get some more in here as well. Just something like this here. Let's make sure they're all within the area of repair drones. They are. Perfect. Let's build us some. Are we still running on batteries? Yeah, we are. We have 74.6 megawatt stored. Holy cow, that is a lot of stored energy. So we have quite a lot of batteries. How many batteries do we have? 26. More than any power plant that we own. That's good. And we're just gonna continue doing exactly that. We're just gonna build along here with batteries to make sure that everything over here gets powered up nicely. And then of course, as usual, we also need our maintenance facilities. I'm gonna plop one right here, and we're gonna plop one right there, and that should give us a nice coverage of the entire area. And of course at the very end, a research outpost. That's what we came for in the first place. And we can't forget that we still potentially have enemies on this planet. So let's build a couple of those here as well, a couple towers for our drones. And our drones should now come. Let's speed it up even more, and let's make sure that they actually build all this stuff here. Perfect. Are we low on any resources? Not really. We're actually looking pretty decent.
290 millibars. Here we go.
There's so much more to do, for sure.
There is still so much to do, but we are making progress. Humans walking on Mars without spacesuits. Imagine that. I hope they will use that freedom wisely.
They're humans. Probably not.
Yes. They will be careful with the second chance. They just need to be reminded to cherish this new home.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Otherwise, our work here could be wasted.
Yeah, if you put your trust in humans, you usually get disappointed. That's usually how it works, unfortunately. But our research is done. Let's take a look. I think we could already... let's see, before we commit to anything here. The Hyperloop. I really want the Hyperloop. But it cost us 10,000. 10,000 is quite a lot still for us. In here, there's nothing really that I need or want currently. What is a planetary though? Military, there's nothing in here that I want either, except we can actually go and expand our assault drone limit. That is something we could do, but let's hold off on that. Let's go first with the water supply network. Let's research that. We can definitely use that when we get down here, which we basically already are. Let's see, what exactly here is a flooding zone? Let's just take any old building like a worker hub. All this here is potential flood zone. So when the water rises even more, all this here will be flooded up until here. No more flood zone. That's going to be good. So we need to get a little bit more water on here, flood this entire area. And once that happens, we can actually start building our water supply here. Or we make sure we don't get any more water and build our water supply right there. Yeah, either or. I mean, both are viable options, honestly. It's just a question of how we approach it. First of all, we have some nice water right there. Why wouldn't we take that? We have power. The only thing that we are missing is a maintenance facility. So let's plop one in here. Let's make it nice and big, kind of like this here. And of course, to get there, we will need a worker hub. And we could actually connect two of them together. Kind of like this. And an ice drilling plant level 2 in the middle. And while we are at it, let's connect this here together as well. Can we connect it threefold? Is that possible? Yes. Look at that. It's a beauty. What do we have over here? We have 2 more research stations. How are we on people? We have 758 here. And we have a current capacity of 1,000. So we might as well bring on another bunch, huh? Space mirror array, we're still building that. That's fine. And then let's see, colonist migration. This whole menu here looks different. Was there an update since I played it last time? Apparently so. Okay, let's make sure we only do it once. Let's bring 100 suckers on here. Yeah, look at this menu here. That's actually quite nice. And we can we can aero break an ice asteroid, which would bring, of course, a bunch more water on here. So now, not right now, but we have to make that decision pretty soon. What direction do we want to go? Do we want to flood it more, or do we want to stop kind of where we are? Problem is, all this here would be underwater as well. Trying to avoid that as long as I can. There are still a bunch of resources there that we can exploit. I like this water here that I, for some reason, never tapped into. Oh, that's the reason. I can't get to it because there's a worker hub in the way. But I think we have plenty of water. But we have the water supply network. Let's see what this here says. Congratulations, you have unlocked the water treatment and packing plants and the water booster pumps. Now you can create the first water supply network on Mars. Until now, you only produced water from ice, but this technology will allow you to collect water from bodies of water and distribute it to your farms, biodomes, and cities. These structures require a certain amount of running water to function. Connect them to your water treatment plants through pipes. If a structure is too far away, extend your network using the water booster pumps. Your water packing plants will convert running water into ice, facilitating the supply of basic colonies and food factories in the later stages of the terraforming plan. That is actually quite interesting. I have not done that before. Like, the last time when I played it through, this year was not a thing. Cool. We could start getting us the first biodome. I think it may be a little bit early. What do we have down here? Should we just straight go for the Hyperloop? It's such a hard decision to make. It will take so long to get that done. You know what? Screw it. Does it tell us how long it will take? No. But now it will tell us it will take us 3 years. Oh my god. We better start expanding into this general direction and get us a couple more of those research stations in to speed that up. So let's do that. How's our building limit looking? 650 out of, we have 500 out of 650. That's quite a lot. So worker hubs. What's the best way to get there? Probably from down here. So let's start building that out. Alright, and this here is how our basic way looks like. Last but not least, we of course need to research outposts, one here and one there. That should be good. Wonderful. And alright, we have now another menu here, water supply. 0 milliliters, is that what that means? Milliliters. Yeah, I hope we don't calculate that in milliliters because that could take a while. We're also slowly but steadily building this side here up. It will just take a little bit before we get that Hyperloop. Once we get the Hyperloop, it will speed up our building process here drastically. It's going to be so good. But let's also build in a few more aerological scanners while we are at it. Maybe one right there, or one right here somewhere. Here. And another one somewhere down here would be great. And the other side. Oh, down here we also have nothing. Look at that. That is, of course, suboptimal. Where can we build one? Here and here. And the other side where we just started to expand, we are, of course, going to slap a couple in as well. One here. One there. That should be plenty. And now we have a bunch to build. That's what that looks like.
Hyperloops. The stuff of legends on Earth.
Indeed.
This technology will allow me to connect distant sites across Mars. I will be able to spread out so much farther. Fitting that the first Hyperloops will be built here. The 21st century entrepreneur that pioneered the technology is actually buried on Mars.
He talking about Elon Musk? He must be talking about Elon Musk. So apparently he made it, at least in Aspera. Isn't that nice for him? We have 2 years left for our Hyperloop. And our construction sites here are coming along pretty nicely. We're uncovering more and more good stuff here. Chemicals right here, we have plenty of those. We don't need those. Carbon, we also have plenty of those. Don't need that either. So we're just gonna leave it open for right now. No point in wasting buildings, quote unquote, if we don't need them for anything. But we are running once again low, very low actually, on electronics. And I'm not entirely sure why, because the current demand is 2.9 and our current production is 11.3. We should get much more than we use. On basically everything, our production is higher than our consumption. So I'm not entirely sure why we are getting lower on it instead of higher. Very odd. But it's probably because of all the building, but the building should be calculated in here, one would assume. I don't know. I guess we'll just see how this here plays out. Maybe we can boost it a little bit. So for electronics, we need silicone and we need aluminum. Do we have both over here by any chance? We have a bunch of silicon, but we don't have really any aluminum, do we? That would be too nice if somewhere here an aluminum vein would pop up. I mean, what do we have is all the way up here. I guess we can get us some more silicon. Let's build us a couple level 2s right here. Where are you at? Not in factories, of course. Here's the silicon mine. One here, one there. That should be good. And then we're just gonna build a factory there. I'm sure the aluminum will get delivered somehow. One way or another, it will get delivered. I also want to put a steel factory over here, because when we once again look into our overlay, we will find iron right here, and we have a carbon mine right there. So this is a perfect position to build one of those. So let's plop that in, and of course, let's build us a level 1 mine up here as well while we're at it. This has everything that it needs. Yes, it does. That's great. And as soon as we find some iron, we're gonna mine some iron over here as well. And that should allow us more or less immediately to build us a bunch of steel plates. And the glass kiln, we could plop another one of those over here as well, as a matter of fact. But then we will also need a storage center, there's no question. So let's build us a storage center somewhere right there. And then let's go to factories and find us the glass kiln level 2 and plop one of those in here as well. That should be good. And we also need to defend, of course, this here. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, we have reached the next stage. Look at that. Congratulations, the CO2 trapped in the regolith has been freed, increasing the planet's atmosphere and temperature, which in turn have increased the amounts of liquid water. The conditions are right for stage 3. Elevate the planet's temperature by reaching 1 millibar of oxygen and raise the water stock to 400 meters. Raise the temperature to 0 degrees, raise O2 levels to 1 millibar, and raise water stock to 400 meters. Keep it up with the plan and terraform Mars. Okay, so we need to actually almost double our water. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But let's build us a couple drone hives over here first before something potentially bad happens. So here one, another one right here, and another one all the way over here. That should be sufficient to defend us properly. And an incoming call from Lieutenant Calderon. Let's see.
Amy, this is Houston. Lieutenant Calderon speaking. Confirm pressure has reached 300 millibars. Over.
Confirming pressure has reached 300 millibars.
Roger. That is completion on stage 2. The next stage is ecopoiesis. Concentrate your efforts on reaching at least 1 millibar of oxygen. We're monitoring your activities around the clock here at Mission Control. We'll be back in touch once you're further along. Houston out.
Sure, whatever you say. I guess we could now slowly but steadily start the ice-breaking asteroid mission. Let's do that, and let's hope that not everything we have built is immediately flooded. Let's see how high 400 meters gets us. Okay, the water is now for some reason orange. That is also new. Why would it be orange? That is a good question. I don't have an answer to that. Humidity overlay, how does that look? Pretty decent. So we should be able to go for plant stand, and plants will then generate some oxygen for us. Oh, look at that. Our space mirror array is ready. It is finally completed and built. And it doesn't look like a hell of a lot, but now we have a bunch of mirrors floating over our pole, helping us increasing the temperature on the planet. That is cool. Well, hopefully it's gonna get warm, but I'm sure you know what I'm saying. Our food production is very low. That is slightly suboptimal. That is indeed slightly suboptimal, but we are getting a bunch of water from this area down here, and we will get even more later. So let's get us the chemicals out of here, because for food, we need chemicals and we need water. So we're gonna build a level 2 plant down here. And then let's build us a mine for the chemical plant right here and right there. And we may as well get all this water here in. Yeah, why wouldn't we? So let's do that. We're gonna need a worker hub. Well, probably not only one. One right here. One right there. Another one right here. And we're also gonna grab that aluminum there. We can never have too much aluminum. That is a given. We're gonna build a battery in the middle. And the maintenance facility right beside it somewhere as well. Make sure we have all that in the area. And then we're gonna slap our mines in here. That should give us ample amount of water and food later down the road. Great. And the ice asteroid is now air brake, and it will slam into our planet here. Let's see, let's speed that up. Where you at? Where are you flying around? Where you at? Mr. Ice Asteroid? Where are you coming? Oh, here it is. It's very tiny. Yeah. It's coming. Let's zoom in here. Can I get rid of this here? I actually want to get rid of it. There we go. And we're moving around faster and faster and faster. Gravity has taken hold of it. And now we're breaking it straight into the atmosphere, releasing a bunch of water. We can just follow it along, and all that ice is vaporized in the atmosphere, creating water on Mars. Isn't that a fancy strategy to get water? I mean, it works. There's no question. That would certainly work in real life as well. And now it's basically gone. Great. We should see the water increase here pretty drastically, pretty rapidly, I would assume. So let's see where our water ends up when we're done with it. I just realized we have another research outpost up here. Might as well snatch that as well while we are at it. Of course, we cannot have enough of those. That is absolutely out of the question. Let's see, what do we have more? We have exactly the same amount of windfall. Ooh, the Hyperloop is done. Oh, the Hyperloop. Okay, so I want to go really quick for the bioengineered lichen. That should go relatively quickly. It's only 2500, and then we go immediately for more buildings. But before we start with the Hyperloop, let's build this here really quick. And here it is. That's all we need. Might as well take this silicone here, huh? Might as well. I mean, it's right there. So let's grab it. Okay, time for the Hyperloop. Where do we build Hyperloop terminals? So I just want to basically connect the entire base together. Everything that we have. So from over here, and we just need to see how far we can go.
Lichen is crucial to create a bridge from trace amounts of oxygen to the levels needed for more advanced organisms. This will be the beginning of the spread of plant and animal life across Mars.
But I have a maximum amount of distance. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see those blue lines right there. When I come up here, the blue line disappears. I cannot connect to it anymore. So we need to make sure that that does not happen. Put one right there. Put one right here. Put one up to this base right there. Then we can come over, build one right here, have a triple connection. That is actually perfect. Come over as far as we can, plop one into here. Down here on the bottom, can we build a triangle of some sort? Yes, we can. One right there. One over here. One up here on the top. And then we're just gonna plop one somewhere over here as well. Let's see, something like this. So now they need to build all those terminals, and once the terminals are built, we actually need to connect them together. So right here, the first one is built, and it shows us we can connect it to here. And it's quite expensive. It costs us 30 carbon and 30 steel. So we need to increase our steel production quite drastically. Did I tell them not to build it? Yes, I did. So this is going to be our very first connection. So let's take a look at steel. For steel, we need iron and we need carbon. Let's see. We have a bunch of iron over here. And because we have our Hyperloop terminal here, this is a perfect position to build a couple iron mines. Iron factories, I mean, of course, not mines. The mines are coming now into the game. Right here, and let's build another one, a level 1 right here. And worker hubs to make sure these actually get serviced properly by enough drones. That should be sufficient. Let's make sure. I'll put another one right there. How are we looking on the F2 front? Not too good. So we're gonna plop down another battery. How are we looking on the maintenance front? Probably not that good either. Nope, same exact game. So we're gonna plop one right here. And on the defense front, we're actually well within. I built 2 right beside each other on accident. Not sure how that happened, but I will take it. Here, did I forget to put? No, it's just not built yet. Wonderful. We are getting there. Is this connection here built yet? Wait a second. You are not the Hyperloop. You're the Hyperloop. Yes, it is built right now, and we can see zooming across here are our resources. And they're just going back and forth with a speed that it's not even funny. And now we just gotta connect more of them together. One up to here. And then from the same one down here over to here. And the linking are done, and now we go into engineering and unlock more buildings. We are at 592 out of 650, so we need to make sure that that does not get out of control here. Let's connect this one to here. And to here. And to there. We take the one on the top, connect it to here. Take this one. And we just tell them to build everything. Not gonna be very happy about it. It's gonna drain our resources basically immediately. But that's fine. We are getting more in. And they will build it as soon as the resources are available. Not a big deal. And that should be everything, I believe. If I have not forgotten the connection somewhere, let's take a look on our overview here. Everything that's yellow is built. Everything that's blue still needs to be built. And we can already see our resources zooming back and forth. That is awesome. That's exactly what that should look like. That is increasing our productivity drastically. And as soon as these steel factories here are up, we're gonna have 3 of them right beside each other. So we need plenty of carbon down here. And that's something that we have a bunch of carbon down here. Yeah, let's expand. Let's expand down to there and grab us this carbon really quickly. Not a big deal. That only takes seconds to accomplish. Just like this. And the power built with batteries. So basically, at this point, in case you haven't noticed yet, we are only building batteries anymore. And all of our power is coming from nuclear power. Maintenance. That is, of course, important as always. Make sure we put that in. And while we're at it, let's also put a couple defensive buildings in. That also never hurts. Better too many than not enough. That's usually how it goes here. And then let's make sure we have our mines.
The engineering upgrades from this point will require more research.
Really? That is some helpful information. I highly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Good that we have an AI to help us out so greatly. And we might as well put an aerological scanner down here as well, since we're a little bit thin on the scanning front down here, aren't we? We're gonna put one here, we're gonna put one there, and that should be plenty. And while our Hyperloop system is built, I think we're gonna plop down our first biodome. Let's see. It needs a water supply network. Oh no, that is also new. That is also new. So we have to expand down to here and actually get some water out of there. We can do that as well. Let's give that a shot. Again, never tried that. Never done that. Let's see how that works. How difficult can it possibly be? That would be at least my assumption. Let's build us a couple of worker hubs, kind of like all around here. So we have nice access to everything. Maybe up there somewhere. Go. Let's make sure we have power down there. We do not, of course. Why would we? Let's build us another battery. We also, of course, need a maintenance facility. Somewhere here as well. Where does it fit? Once you're done saving, of course. Where does one fit? Right here. That should work. And now let's see. Life support. Water treatment plant. Ah, look at this here. So it only gets like 40%, 50%. Where can we build it? Right here. Only 29%. How about on this side here? 46%. How about we do one here and one on the other side here? We need to another 42%. Look at that. That should work. I don't see a reason why that wouldn't work. Wonderful. It's within our power area. It's within our maintenance area. It just needs to get done. Problem is that currently we are still using most of our resources and most of our staff, or better to say most of our drones, to build our network of hyperloops. So they're quite busy with building all that stuff. So we need to probably extend the priority quite a bit down here. We want to get this priority up. Oh, and our building limit was increased. Wonderful. What are we going to do next? That is a really good question, isn't it? Material mines. We don't need this here. I think. What is this here? Use this nuclear detonation to extract carbonates and release the CO2. No, we don't need that. In space, though. In space. We could expand our space. So let's do that. Expanding our spaceport limit. Wonderful. And let's make sure that we increase the priority of these buildings down here, or they will never get built until our Hyperloop network is completed. Now that should hopefully work out quite a bit faster. And we have just completed our first water treatment plant. So let's see. When I take a biodome and I slap it somewhere in that general area of effect, preferably not in a flood zone, but I don't think it matters too much. I don't think we're gonna flood this area. So I'm gonna put it right here and see what happens. I'm just curious to see how this now works. And how much it has changed due to the DLC. Of course, we gotta give it a high priority again or nothing will happen. So let's make sure that gets done. And we can see all those very light blue lines here. Those are drones coming in with resources. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's see if I turn this here off. Once those drones are in, I think it should slow down drastically, unless our Hyperloop network is completed. Oh, it is. Oh, look at this. We don't need high priority anymore. Our Hyperloop network is now completed. And this here is what it looks like. All those yellow lines coming across all around our base, and our resources are just zooming back and forth. That's exactly what that should look like. And we can see that they're very busy. They're all red. I mean, except this one here. But other than that, there is quite a lot of hustling and bustling going on. On the other hand, we can see that most of our drones are not red anymore. And that is because of the Hyperloops. The Hyperloops are now doing the brunt of the work, and our drones are actually not doing a hell of a lot anymore in comparison. And here we have our biodome. And it is seeding. Okay. Interesting. I'm wondering how long it will take until we actually see some progress. Used to be able to see that in humidity. Can we still see that? No, not anymore. This is our water overview. Okay. So it is quite interesting to see what is now going to happen. It should turn this whole area here green. Eventually. It's just a matter of time. And the next tech is researched. It goes now so fast. We have now so much research. That is exactly what we want to see. I think we can keep on going in biotech. Let's get that one here done. Increasing the colonist limit as well. That never hurts, even though I don't plan on bringing any more on right now. We have so much research. We're doing 2,500 in 12 months. That is actually crazy. But yeah, eventually we're definitely going to bring on more. Just not at this moment in time. Let's see. And can we see a change yet? No, I can still not see a change in the ground. We actually can see a change. Look at this here. If we zoom all the way in, we can slowly but steadily see some sort of moss growing on Mars. And eventually this here will turn green. That's what we have that research for. When we get into biotech number 3, we can get bioengineer plants, we can get grass and all sorts of stuff. And later on, we can actually get animals as well. And if we go all the way to the right, we can have an open freaking farm. Ugh, it's so great. I think I also want to try out this water booster pump here. Too far. So how far can it be? Too far from what is the question? Too far from a station? So we can't build it right here. But if you build it, let's see, right here, would that still work? I really don't understand exactly how this whole system here works. So I'm just gonna build one right here, and let's see what that looks like. And we have another research outpost completed. We are now at 53% bonus and a total of 206 per month. That's quite insane. And we can see exactly how this here works. The resources are coming straight out of the Hyperloop terminal and being fed straight by one drone. It's just going back and forth and back and forth, grabbing from the Hyperloop terminal what it needs to build this building here in absolute high speed. Look at this. That is the beauty of the Hyperloop system. One more piece, and here's our water booster pump. Great. So let's take another look at this overview here. And now it's just one. Okay. So we should have, let me take another look here, 20 out of 80 milliliters. Because this one here uses 20, so if I build a second one...
The research team reported alarming amounts of iron ore dust in the second mine. As I expected, cutting corners comes with big costs.
I'm just gonna try to build a second biodome here and see what happens with our water supply. It says here plus 60. Produced water 80, so we are producing 80 and we are currently using 20. So that should now go down to 40. It's just interesting that it says here ml. ml. That should stand for milliliters. And it does. Look at this here. Yep, our water supply just dropped. But this here, oh, look at this here. Oh, that's wonderful. Look at all this moss. It has basically planted it immediately this time around. That is a very, very interesting how this works. Down here, you just can't see it that much because the terrain, I guess. Wonderful. That is actually quite interesting. I mean, gotta love to see that. But I think that is a good moment to actually end this episode. We have built a insanely nice Hyperloop network across another research has immediately completed. We need to research something that takes a tiny little bit longer, I think. How about superior mines? Let's get level 3 mines on. We built a Hyperloop system across our entirety of our base, which is quite big on Mars right now. I mean, this here is not small, that is for sure. And at the same time, we are getting the first life on Mars that is actually genuinely grown here. It's only moss right now, but with the next research stage, we should get some plants and we should see some grass. So the terraforming is coming along nicely. So yeah, we have expanded our base quite nicely, if I may say so myself. This here actually looks pretty good. We just need to get this here built. That's, I think, the last piece that we are currently working on. And then we should also slowly but steadily see some oxygen come in from the grass and not the grass, from the moss that we are building here. That should produce oxygen very, very slowly. It's not gonna go fast, that's for sure, but we can speed it up in other ways. We also need to get our temperature up. We can just, for example, have a comet collide with Mars to increase our temperature. We can do that next time around. And we need to get a little bit more water on here as well, which again is a space research that we can do for that. So I think once again that is a great moment to end the episode. So all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and comment down below. And with that I say thank you and peace.